see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Hey,
we're here. Happy Tuesday. Happy Credit Tea Tuesday. I'm trying to share the live, but I don't see it
yet. Try going to my page. It is public.
All right, let me just go back and refresh the page. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Who's eating tacos today? Did anybody have tacos today?
You know, I never eat tacos on Tuesday. I don't know why.
Huh? Me either. Yeah, I still don't see it.
Don't see it?
I still don't see it. We'll get there later, child. Oh, man, we lost Kenyatta. All right, so it is Tuesday, guys. Today we are going to talk about credit building. Thank you all for coming in with us. Jazz is doing some last minute touches. She's our tech savvy person.
Techie one.
She's always doing the extra running around that me and Kenyatta have no idea what to do. So if she has her head down, that's what she's doing. Kenyatta's screen looked like it went into the sunken place, but we are going to keep it going. As I said, we're talking about credit building. So tonight for the credit tea, I am drinking cranberry Tito's in lime juice, fresh lime juice. As you can see, I got my 2 limes right here, freshly cut. Jazz, what do you have?
You know what I have?
Tito's and soda. Tito's and soda.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
We're gonna try sharing it now. You should see it.
All right, and Kenyatta, we got Kenyatta back. Thank you, Kenyatta. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Kenyatta might be disappearing acts a couple times tonight. A magic trick.
Yes.
Blame her. We love her for it. We've been having some crazy weather here in Florida. It's been raining and storming. It's been hurricaning.
Yes. If this is the precursor to hurricane season, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want any part of it. They can have it.
Yes. All right. So, Kenyatta, what are you drinking? Are you drinking anything yet?
Y'all already know.
Tea.
Tea.
Jazz,
I should have put some liquor in the tea. Maybe the internet would behave if I put a little liquor in it.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes.
Yep, get a little sauce up. So, Kenyatta, I was just doing a light intro. It was nothing to the way you do it, let me tell you. But I did a intro to credit building. If you want to go ahead and add anything before we get started or spill any tea that we all may have on credit building, let's roll.
Let's get right
credit building. Listen, it really doesn't take a lot. You just have to know where to start. Well, I should say you have to make the decision, right? Make a decision, ask questions, right? And then execute it.
Exactly.
That's it. A lot of times we're afraid, right? We're afraid to start the journey. But I think that once people realize that it's not as difficult as your mind is making it, you build credit fairly quickly. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get started and not max out that line of credit and don't miss any payments. Like I had a secured card and within 45 days, I got an increase.
Right. And keep going and so it's better.
Right. That would be my input. It's just to get started.
Right. Well, for me, my input would be to discipline yourselves, because a lot of times they'll show you on those Facebook posts where they're signing and they got the home, but they don't show you the discipline that it took. It don't show you that they couldn't go out and drink every weekend. It didn't show you that instead of getting that purse, they paid extra on their credit card bill, or they settled a debt out or a collection out, or they don't. Those are the things that people don't show you. They just show you, hey, I got the house. So I would say if you want to build positive credit, you have to be disciplined. You have to discipline your mind, discipline your bills and your spending, because it's harder than it looks, honey. It is way harder than it looks, but it's so easy for that money to fly out the window, and it could have went towards paying down some debt, paying down some credit card balances. What you got, Jazz?
I will say that when you are building positive credit history, that you want to remember that you need a good mix of credit. So you want to build, you don't want to only focus on revolving credit, which would be your credit cards. You also want to make sure that you are building installment credit. And a lot of times we take for granted that not everybody has a car loan. You know, some people like to buy their cars cash or live in big cities and they don't want to deal with a car. They're on public transportation. They can, in New York, you can live just fine on the train.
Right.
So I don't want to take for granted that not everybody has a car loan. So if you don't have an installment loan, you want to look into getting an installment loan, because that's going to help you build your credit. And there's a couple of good installment loan options. Now, these are smaller loans, self-lender, Credit Strong. You're actually borrowing from yourself, because it's like a 2-year loan and then you get the money back. Now, that's considered a short-term installment loan. You also want a long-term installment loan.
Right.
So if you are someone who doesn't have a car loan or a mortgage, because a car and a mortgage, those would be long-term installment loans. Student loans are a long-term installment loan. So if you have student loans and you're paying that on time, then that's helping you build credit. If you don't have a mortgage, a car loan, or student loans, then you might want to look at getting an installment loan from your bank. That's long-term, because that's going to help you build positive credit.
Most definitely.
You want to at least have 2 to 3 credit cards that you're building credit on. If your credit scores,
I was saying it could even be a charge card, like a store card.
Right, it could be a store card. If your credit score is low, you may need to start with a secured card, so that you're not getting denied. What we don't want you doing is going out and applying for Chase and Discover, and you know you're going to get denied if you got a 500 credit score. Exactly. So start where you're at. If you have a low credit score, then you probably want to go ahead and start with a secured card, because most of the time those secured cards you get approved for.
Right.
You can start building.
The card is just basically, as she said, you're borrowing from yourself. An unsecured card is where they give you that limit off of your credit worthiness, and they give you that limit to spend and you pay it back. But a secure loan, you're going to provide the funds for the deposit that's going to be on the card. So that's a secure. They even have secure loans, right? So as Jess said, that is very good to have a mix. You got to have a mix of credit.
Yeah.
And don't forget Credit My Rent.
Credit
for those of us that are renters. You know, and I keep telling people, my husband added Credit My Rent and gave him a 99-point increase. You know, I added Credit My Rent and it gave me a 55-point increase, and they go as far back as 2 years. So when we break that down, a 2-year history, credit history versus a 6-month credit history, who do you think is going to maximize those points? It would be the people that have that 2-year credit history, right? Because that's all in that category of how our credit score is calculated. So like I tell people who approach me, if you're someone who's responsible, who pays their rent, you know, on time, and you never got credit for your rent, add that line of credit, add that trade line on, so you can maximize the points and get your credit increase. Because now when I look at it, we've had this loan, like I said, over 2 years. This trade line, which looks very good. So now that I've added the secured card that gave me 50 points within the 45 days, it just looks better. It's like I'm building, and I'm not all of a sudden going on someone's account as buying a trade line. Boom, all of a sudden 30 days I'm on this trade line that has been around for 20 years with only, it
Right.
it
You been
looks real, it looks legit versus someone you're paying every month and not stealing anyone's thunder or knocking anyone's hustle, but the banks are gonna put a stop to this. They are on to it. They are not just twiddling their thumbs. They are really looking at every loan application that comes through and like, wait a minute, you've had horrible credit for the past how many years, and 30 days later, you're in the 700s. What did you do? You added a trade line. It's not real. Once you stop paying that person, your score goes back down, if
and
not worse than what it was.
the thing about it too, like you said, Kenyatta, when it comes to building history, you're taking care of your payment history, and then you're also adding on to your credit age when you build it organically versus just piggybacking. So that's why it's always good, as we say, to pay the bills on time, because that's going to help you build the credit, and you're going to be paying down that debt as well. Some of the things that helped me pay down my debt were I did do credit my rent. I did a self lender with the small installment loan. I have my car for about a year. So I've had 12 months of on-time payments that allowed me to build credit. So it's just certain things that I had to take my time for, and you just build it up organically. So that way it sticks to you. It's legally attached to you, and you can build it and keep it open for as long as you need to. And then I moved on to secure cards. So now I have like 2 secure cards. So it's been building. And then what do you guys think about for building credit, like asking for like higher credit limits? You know how you get that opportunity for them to give you a higher limit and you get more revolving credit? How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that helps?
It's always a good thing, especially if you are being offered the higher limit. Not only it gives you a little bit of cushion,
Mm,
um, and it looks good on your credit profile.
that's so true.
But for moms who have teenagers and kids going to college, start thinking about how you're going to start building your children's credit. Help them, be their financial advisor, get them a credit card, hold on to it. Help your kids. This is how we are going to break these generational curses, because we didn't really get that education on credit. A lot of people our age, we're helping them with their credit because they were in the same place that we were. We didn't know. We messed up credit, not realizing it, didn't build credit. You'd be surprised how many people that we talk to in consultations, and they're in their 30s and 40s, and their main issue with their credit profile is they have none.
That's it. They just have none.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was me.
I run into that a lot of times. Oh, I want to do this, and I'll pay whatever. People are just ready to pay whatever. I'll pay whatever. Wait, you just need to just put something in your name. Take your time, your name, and pay that off. You don't need to pay me. Just build some credit, and you'll come out better in the long run. What else did I have over here? You did get a secure card. We did a loan. Becoming an authorized user for people who have kids, assisting them as you learn the knowledge, teach it to your kids. Because as Jazz said, we had no clue. And practicing good credit habits. It's easier said than done, but it really helps when you have good credit habits. I call mine credit obsessions. They're not habits at this point. They're credit obsessions. And then you guys also want to check your scores, because we come into contact with a lot of people and they don't even know where they are. So it's very important that you just take the time to just know where you are in the credit world. It's very important. So that way you're not walking in places embarrassed like I used to be, thinking you got it going on because you smell good and your hair looks nice, and they get in there and they're like, man, you don't have no credit. So guys, know your score before you walk in places applying for things. Yes. You guys have anything else on building? Well, what Jazz, to build your credit up?
Yes. Back to the asking for the credit increase. And I'm not sure if we said this, maybe one of you guys did, but it also helps with the debt to income ratio, especially for the everyone who's wants to buy a home. I know that was one thing that we were zeroing in on the past year and a half was our debt to income ratio. And one of the things that we learned was that if we ask for an increase, it lowers your debt to income ratio. So that was huge for us. And also, guess what? That interest rate that you have right now on your credit card, tomorrow, call the company, ask them for a lower rate. And I you just say, hey, I love being with you guys, but I just got another credit card and their interest rate is really lower than yours. I don't want to leave you guys, but I'm thinking of transferring my balance over to them. You think you guys can lower the interest rate a little bit, because I really like the company. I really want to stay with you guys. And it works. They put you on hold, tell you to hold on. They got to talk to their manager, who has to talk to the manager. Then they come back and they lower the interest rate for you. So
Wow.
you got to ask these questions. You have to be proactive. Don't just take no for an answer. We all work in the credit industry. We don't take no for an answer. We keep going. We find a way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be proactive when it comes to your own credit journey. Even if you don't know, you ask questions, and this is why we have this forum here, so that it's a no judgment zone. You can ask whatever you want, and we'll do our best to help you. And if we can't, we're going to connect you to the people who can help you. So that's my little add-in.
And if anybody is unsure if they are building credit correctly or what they need, we also do a free giveaway every week. And it doesn't matter if you watch this live or if you are watching the replay. All you have to do is share this to your page, and we will select one person to do a free 30-minute credit consultation with. And one of us will look at your credit profile and basically let you know what's holding your credits, what is holding your score down, and what actions you can take to start bringing your credit score up. Yep. So all you have to do is share this live, and you will enter into a drawing to be selected for a free credit consultation.
Guys, take advantage of that and share the live. You never know, those information could be gems that you need to get you to the next level, and it is simple as a share button. And if you happen to catch the replay, #replay, and still share the live for us, because we greatly appreciate it. And you can find us on YouTube at The Credit Tea. We are there. You'll see this episode here in full effect, okay? Bloopers and all.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop your questions even on the replay. If you have any questions, ask us a question. We monitor the chat. We have our notifications on. We will answer your questions. And I guess tonight's episode was short and sweet and to the point.
It was, guys. And if there are any topics
Yes.
or any you want to know or you need more information or insight on, please drop that down below in the comment section as well, so we can put that on rotation for the next Credit Tea Tuesday. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit our intro out. Bye. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, ladies. Good night.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and I giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and I giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.